Most American Express customers are making a lot of mistakes with their Amex credit cards and potentially wasting thousands of dollars by not taking full advantage of all that Amex offers. So in this video, we're going to go over how you can avoid those mistakes and become a top 1% Amex cardholder by getting max value out of your credit cards and points, staying away from hidden traps, and also even potentially saving money by not overpaying for annual fees, which is going to be the first of 8 things we're going to cover here. And thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video, but more about them later. Now, American Express has a wide range of products that go from $0 cards like the Blue Cash Everyday, all the way up to super premium options like the $6.95 per year Amex Platinum. But even though those premium cards sound expensive, you could be able to qualify for a discount or even a complete waiver of those annual fees if you're able to take advantage of up to 3 things that the top 1% of customers know about. Number 1 is the military annual fee waiver, which allows active duty members of the US military to have their annual fees waived on American Express cards, thanks to the way that Amex follows the Service Members Civil Relief Act and the Military Lending Act. I've got countless comments over the years of people talking about how they've used this benefit while serving in the military to save money on annual fees while still earning points on these cards and using other benefits. So definitely something I highly recommend looking into if you're currently in the military. Number 2 is the personal card annual credit program that's available to select Amex corporate cardholders. And for this program, you can learn more about it by just going over to the American Express website. Then at the top of that page there where it says cards, all you have to do is scroll over that and you're going to see a link to the personal card annual credit, which is going to bring you over to this page. Over here, you can see the Amex says with these offers, you could receive a statement credit between $50 and $150 depending on your personal card account, and then every year after renewal if you maintain the same corporate card account. I also found this PDF by doing a quick Google search that shows you can get back up to $150 on the Platinum card, up to $100 on the Gold card, up to $75 on the Green card, and up to $50 on the Blue Cash Preferred just by holding a corporate Amex card. But again, I would go ahead and check out that page over on the Amex website to enter in your corporate card number to see what you actually qualify for. Now, they do also say that this annual credit is available when you apply on that page for an offer they present to you. So this deal seems to be designed for people who are opening new accounts for some of those cards we just mentioned, so just make sure that whatever offer you find through this page is competitive. Now, if you happen to already have one of those Amex cards with an annual fee plus a corporate card and you did not know about this benefit, then what you could do is always just try chatting with customer service to see if they can still apply that credit for you, because it never hurts to ask. But yeah, definitely sort of a cool hidden benefit here, so let me know down below if you're using this. Then the third way to potentially reduce your annual fee is much less predictable, but I still wanted to mention it here, and that would be what's called a retention offer. The way retention offers work is that if you've got a premium credit card for 1 year or longer, then basically once that annual fee gets posted to your account, if you think there's really just too much of a difference between the cost that you're paying and the value that you're receiving, you could, again, try contacting customer service to see if there's anything they can do about that. You would just tell them, hey, this card is not really giving me that much value anymore and I'm really considering closing it. And then sometimes they might be able to offer you a reduced annual fee, a statement credit, or maybe even some credit card points after spending a certain amount. Amex literally has an entire retention department that's dedicated to helping their customers with this stuff, because it's usually going to be cheaper for them to keep you as a customer versus what it costs them to acquire a new one. But like I said, it's much less predictable here because I've had maybe a couple of retention offers with them over the years with different cards, but they've also told me plenty of times that, sorry, we don't have any offers right now. The way I see it is that if a credit card issuer has the right to increase the annual fee on my account, then I also have the right to try to negotiate that fee. And again, the worst thing they can do is say no, because it really never hurts to ask. So let me know down below if you've had any luck with getting retention offers as well, because I'm always curious about the data points around that stuff. Now, even if you can't reduce your actual annual fee through any of those things we just talked about, you still might be able to reduce what we call your effective annual fee if you're able to be smart about using some of the credits that some of these Amex cards provide. And that is going to be the second thing I want to talk about here. Your effective annual fee is just the cost of a credit card minus any annual credits the card comes with. So think of this as sort of your net out-of-pocket cost. If we look at the Amex Gold card, for example, the annual fee here is $325 per year. However, you also get annual credits for $120 towards Uber, $120 towards dining with select dining partners, $100 towards dining with restaurants that work with Resy, and $84 towards Dunkin'. That's potentially $424 in value that you can get back every year with the Gold card compared to that $325 annual fee that you're paying. So that could make your effective annual fee minus $99 per year, which in theory is like Amex paying you $99 to have this card. But the reality is that most people tend to overvalue just how much these credits are truly worth to them, so you have to be careful here. The problem is that most of these credits, aside from the Resy one, are going to be split up into monthly use it or lose it amounts. And so if you're not actually spending money every single month on some of those things that are covered by those credits within your normal spending habits, then you're not really actually capturing that value to lower your effective annual fee. The same is even more true over on the Amex Platinum card, where the annual fee is $695 and there's even more credits to manage and can keep track of, which represents over $1,500 in potential value. So to really see just how much you might be reducing your effective annual fee on these cards with these credits, my best advice here is to go ahead and take a step back and then objectively really start to analyze your natural spending habits. Personally, I like to analyze my spending by using a combination of my budgeting template that I created along with apps like Rocket Money that make it super easy to just track my expenses all in one place. That way I could see a super detailed picture of where my money's going every month. To me, Rocket Money has been the best tool for doing that because it really is the app you need to save more and manage your money better, whether that's creating a custom budget, tracking your spending, or even canceling any unwanted subscriptions that you didn't even realize you were still paying for. Because I use American Express cards so much, Rocket Money lets me confirm that I'm using the right cards for the right purposes, so that way I know I'm getting max value back from all my spending. So for example here, I use my Amex Gold card at Chipotle to earn 4x back at restaurants, and then here's the leftover 38-cent charge that I had for Uber Eats after I used my Uber credit for my Amex cards last month. With Rocket Money, I've also been able to identify and then cancel subscriptions right within their app with just a couple of taps. So again, if you really hate wasting money on that stuff that you forgot you were paying for, then this is going to be an awesome feature to check out. So take control of your finances today and go to rocketmoney.com/Daniel Braun to get started for free. That's rocketmoney.com/Daniel Braun to get started for free, or go ahead and check out the link down below in the description. And thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. Now, once you've taken an objective look at your monthly spending habits and you really know whether or not you're getting any true value from these credits, then you're going to be able to start getting a better idea of what your effective annual fees are with Amex. But next, let's talk about potentially the most valuable thing that Amex offers cardholders that I see way too many people messing up over time, and that is welcome bonuses and how you can get the best ones. This honestly might be one of the most important parts of this entire video, so if you take anything away from here, then make sure it's this, but you need to make sure you're getting a good competitive welcome offer whenever you're applying for any Amex card, and that's because most of their credit cards have once per lifetime language where you're only eligible to get one sign-up bonus per card per lifetime. I see too many people make the mistake of just applying for the very first Amex offer they see and not even really doing any research to see whether that offer was any good, and that's because unlike other issuers out there who usually seem to have one standard offer on a credit card that's available to everyone, American Express really likes to present different offers to different people at different times. It's honestly kind of frustrating that they do that because it does leave a little too much room for the average customer to just miss out on value without realizing it, but because you're subscribed to me and you're watching this video, here's exactly what you can do to help yourself to find the best offer. Step 1, try looking for different offers through affiliate links, referral links from friends, or even sites like Resy out there who are owned by Amex and have this exclusive US offers from Amex link at the very top of their website, which typically has pretty good deals. I'm not affiliated with Resy in any way, but I've just noticed they've got a lot of good, strong offers out there that are a bit more unique. So again, try looking everywhere for different Amex welcome offers, compare them, and then save that info for a little bit later on, but don't apply just yet. Step 2, see what other people are saying on YouTube, blogs, and other sites like Reddit about what offers are going on right now, and then compare that info to what you found in step 1. So are there any limited time elevated bonuses, special deals, or other things to know about? Step 3, wait, be patient, and then repeat steps 1 and 2 later on in that week to just confirm you're finding the best deals before you finally decide to apply. And a quick bonus tip here, but I always like to take a screenshot of whatever offers I decide to go with to just document that stuff in case I ever need to reference it later on. Then you obviously want to make sure you're hitting that minimum spend requirement and whatever time frame is needed to get that welcome offer. But yeah, just make sure you're getting the best possible deal you can find because you don't want to settle for a 60K bonus when there was an offer of 100K out there, which leaves 40,000 points on the table. Now, next here for the fourth thing that I want to cover in this video, if you want to be a top 1% Amex cardholder, and this is going to be a quick one, but you do want to make sure you're getting certain Amex credit cards in the right order because if you get some cards in the wrong order, you might actually lock yourself out and make yourself ineligible for a few welcome offers. The 3 main cards this applies to are the Amex Green, the Amex Gold, and the Amex Platinum, and all you have to remember for this video is that if you want to get the welcome offers on each one of these cards, then the proper order to do that is going to be Green, then Gold, then Platinum. It wasn't always like this, but in recent years, American Express added some language to the terms and conditions of their offers, like this one for the Amex Green card, for example, which says you may not be eligible to receive a welcome offer if you have or have had this card, the Platinum card, or the Gold card. So that's really where this order kind of comes from for these 3 cards. Similar language can also be found on the terms for the Gold card, where it says you may not be eligible for a welcome offer if you've had this card or the Platinum card, but then there's really no mention of the Green card. So again, if you want a bonus on all these 3 cards here, then you have to go Green, then Gold, then Platinum. Personally, I don't think the Green card is really worth it right now at the time of filming this in early 2020. 2025 until Amex hopefully updates this card and refreshes it in the future with a better offer and some better features. So for me, if I knew that I wanted both the gold and the platinum card, then I would make sure I got the gold card first to not lock myself out of a bonus on the platinum. Now, next here, the fifth thing that I want to cover is going to be taking advantage of Amex offers, which most people tend to forget about. And Amex offers are pretty easy to miss, but after I started using them, they now save me hundreds of dollars per year. To find these offers, all you got to do is just head over to your Amex account over on your phone and then go to the offers tab at the bottom. And right here, you're going to find deals for plenty of things where you can earn a statement credit after spending a certain amount with a certain retailer, or you might even be able to earn some extra Amex membership rewards points as well. I've been able to save money on stuff that I knew I was already going to buy anyway from brands like Amazon, Fanatics, Lululemon, Ray-Ban, and more. So as long as you're really just using these offers on stuff that you knew you were already going to spend money on, then to me, the savings here from Amex offers are just another way to capture even more value. Now, the only problem with this is that there can be hundreds of offers to just sort through and keep track of. So one solution is to use a browser extension like Card Pointers on your computer to just automatically add all these offers at once on your Amex cards. And then when you go to shop online, the extension is going to tell you when you have an offer over on that website. I use this feature all the time with Card Pointers, and I even honestly find myself searching for offers that I've already added to my Amex cards within their app, which is just a whole lot easier than kind of just scrolling through them one by one through my Amex account. So I'll go ahead and leave a link down below to Card Pointers if you want to go and check them out. Even if you just want to manually add these offers yourself, I think it's still going to be worth looking through them every now and then because you could definitely save some real money here. And then what's cool is that you could still earn points or cash back with whatever Amex card you're using as a way to sort of double dip with your savings. But there's also another way to sort of triple dip here to earn even more Amex points. So next here, let's talk about why you should be using a website called Rakuten as an Amex customer. Rakuten's basically a cashback portal and a browser extension that you can use for any time you're shopping online at a ton of popular websites. So what you can do is go to Rakuten's site and then browse whatever cashback deals they've got going on. And if you click through to a website with their link, they're then going to track whether or not you buy something and then give you some extra cash back if you do buy something. However, the trick here is that if you're an American Express customer and you have a card that earns membership rewards points like the Amex Gold or the Amex Platinum card, then if you go over to your Rakuten settings, you can actually then choose to get paid out in Amex points instead of cash back, which might end up being more valuable if you know how to use those points like we'll talk about in just a minute. So instead of earning 2% bonus cash back on Rakuten, you're actually going to be earning 2x bonus Amex points per dollar, for example. And then, like I said, this is also going to stack with the rewards you're already earning, so you can earn points on your Amex card, earn more points with Rakuten, and then also take advantage of Amex offers to basically triple dip your savings and rewards. Another bonus tip of how I personally use this is that every Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, or other times like that, there's almost always going to be Amex offers and Rakuten offers for 1-800-Flowers that I can stack together. So I can get flowers delivered to my mom or to my wife, and then sometimes get the effective cost of that down to almost free depending on the deals. So definitely check out Rakuten and then link it with your Amex account if you want to earn points. And if you don't already have a Rakuten account, then you can go and sign up using the link down below to get $30 back, or really 3,000 Amex points after spending $30 first. Now, speaking of cash back and points, let's go ahead and move on to the seventh thing to know about here when it comes to getting the most value out of your Amex credit cards. And that is going to be knowing how to choose between earning cash back and earning points for travel. Too many people get the fancy premium cards like the gold and the platinum because they kind of look cool, and there's always just been this sort of luxury feel to having them, even though they're really just credit cards. And so I'll see people earning 4x back on groceries with the gold card, but then they're going out and they're redeeming the points they earned for cash back or just other cash equivalents and essentially devaluing the rewards. To show you why that happens, we can jump over to my Amex Gold account, where if I tried redeeming 10,000 points that I earned over on the Amex Gold card for a statement credit, which is essentially just the same as cash back, then I'd get $60 for that redemption. And when we do some math there, that conversion works out to be around 0.6 cents per point. That might not really mean anything if you're a beginner with credit cards or you're just kind of a casual user, but to the people who really optimize this stuff and then redeem their credit card points for higher values, anything below 1 cent per point is basically just devaluing your points, so 0.6 cents per point is pretty bad. To put it another way, if you're earning 4x points on groceries and then redeeming at 0.6 cents per point, then those 4x points turn it into only 2.4% in value, and at that point, there's really no reason to be using a $325 Amex Gold card when you could just be using a 3% back on grocery card with the no annual fee Blue Cash Everyday. The Amex Blue Cash Everyday and its slightly more premium sibling, the $95 per year Blue Cash Preferred, are really going to be the options that you want to stick with here if you're going to be more of a cash back person and you don't really want to learn how to redeem points for things like travel. The Everyday card earns 3% back on groceries at US supermarkets, 3% on US online retail, and then 3% on gas at US gas stations. And the Preferred card here earns 6% back on groceries at US supermarkets, 6% on select US streaming services, 3% on transit, and then 3% on gas at US gas stations. So stick to those cards if you're going to be on Team Cashback, and then just stay away from Amex cards earning points. But if you do want to go and play the whole points and miles game to save money on travel, then you need to be redeeming points for travel the right way, which I want to go over next here because, again, a lot of people really fall for many hidden traps here. Now, let's say you've saved up a whole bunch of Amex points and you want to go out and start redeeming them to go somewhere cool like Paris. So the first place you might look to go for doing that would be the Amex travel portal, right? For this example, let's say that I wanted to fly premium economy from New York to Paris, so that way I just have more legroom for a 7-hour flight. So here in the Amex portal, I found a flight that cost $1,087 in cash or 108,700 points, which works out to be 1 cent per point. And that's going to be the typical redemption value when booking a flight through Amex Travel. Not bad, but if we look over on the Air France website for this exact same flight and we search to book using miles, I found a promo award fare that only cost 35,000 Air France Flying Blue miles plus some small taxes and fees of only $146. Since Amex points transfer to Air France at a 1-to-1 rate, I know that I can transfer 35,000 Amex points to book this instead of redeeming over 108,000 points through the Amex portal directly. And doing the math on this redemption, we're going to be getting around 2.69 cents per point in value, which is a much better deal than 1 cent per point. Sometimes Amex and Air France even run these transfer bonuses that require less than 35,000 Amex points in the situation transferred to book this. And so the top 1% of Amex customers, they know all these tricks here, or they're at least just lifelong students who are always looking to learn more about how to navigate the whole points and miles system to save money on travel. If you want to keep learning, then I have another video here on my channel that's basically just a full guide on how to redeem Amex points for max value with even more examples of how all this stuff works. So if you want to watch that, then go ahead and check that out right here on the screen next. But again, you also want to make sure you're really just tracking your spending that you're doing here on your Amex cards just to stay organized. So definitely go ahead and check out Rocket Money as well because I highly recommend that app. But as always, thanks so much for watching.